Let's come together with one family. Let's make history from today. JJC, I'm from Nigeria. It doesn't matter to leave anywhere, Jira. And if you have no fear, don't stand and stare. Put your fist in the air. All I wanna hear is we are Africans. We are Africans. We are Africans. Zimbabwe. Yeah, we are Africans. We are Africans. We are Africans. Come on, Africans.
Yo, as soon as I set foot on African soil, that's when I get in touch with African style. The Africans and show me African smile. African talent that are well versatile. See the African very recording artist, African the wisest, African the smartest, the mentor, the voice, and the juice of the art. Zimbabwe, we are the breakfast. Listen up. Slanging of the nation, back again with the remix selection. From London to Zimbabwe, all the Africans know we stop the party. And if you know it, put one in the air. Scream and shout like you just don't care. African people, if you're strong and proud, repeat after me and say.
Child, Zimbabwe is where I be from. They be checking my style, my swag, my flow. Can't push me cause I know I'm sweet. Got diamonds and gold in Africa, rhythm and blues in Africa, beautiful women in Africa. In Africa.
Yes, if I'm from Zimbabwe, all of my trade in the street of Ferrari. But I was born in Mazingo, and that's why me talk in the lingo. Imbai, Kanaga Nyimbo, Mribam with your day. Now PK, Kaz and JJC with one big family. Because we are Africans. We are Africans. We are Africans. Zimbabwe. Yeah, we are Africans. We are Africans. We are Africans. Come on, Africans.
Me a roll out the ghetto, me a youth from Africa. King Selassie rule from Malta, Africa. The best body guy. I'm from Africa. All the diamonds and gold from Africa. 27 years him spent in a prison just to liberate people in Africa. Nelson Mandela to Zimbabwe, UK back to Africa. We never culture as denied. Everybody on the African style. Our music make you go wild. I know you get it, get it. We flex, we dress to impress. We call for the best, put us to the test. And it ain't no stress, no sex or for less. Cause we are Africa.
All right. Good people. Good morning. I am trying to get myself situated up in here. All right, let's do this, good people. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope there's new updates every week, by the way, guys. So please forgive me for losing it sometimes because this morning there was another update. But anyway, good morning and hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Tough Love Giggles right here on After5Rado, dedicated to celebrating Africans in the diaspora. I am your host, aka the Hype Lady, Miss Tando Amy, and today we're diving into, a conversation That's all about courage, community, and calling your own place in life. And my guest today is someone whose name has been making waves, not just for her incredible achievements as a CPA and business leader, but for her heart of empowering immigrants. She is the author of the newly launched bestseller on Amazon, and the book entitled Quarterback, and a woman whose journey reminds us all that leadership begins long before the spotlight. And we're going to learn more, trust and believe. This is actually an exciting moment that I get to, hang out with this beautiful young lady. And so, please help me welcome the amazing, phenomenal showstopper, Nadine Niba, who's the CPA MBA, to the show. Nadine, welcome. I'm going to try and put you there. There you go. Yeah, girl, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
You are the
that
only
was
one that could have got me out of bed at this time on a Saturday morning.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I was like, oh, you look like you're still sleeping. You're like, who wakes up on Saturday morning? Actually, I do. And then try and put in my workout and then try and grab my coffee and then
I can
get into
see
my
that.
business.
I can see that.
It's one of those where I'm like, oh my gosh, Saturday is one of the exciting days for me. And then Sunday I have to wake up for church too. So question is, when do I rest? I do have rest days too. But I guess Sunday, maybe in the afternoon. But thank you so much for making time to wake up a Saturday morning, your rest day. You still made it through and you're still looking phenomenal. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
But anyway, before we dive into, our congratulations, our, getting to know Nadine and all that fun stuff, I'm just going to break the ice right now and take us back. I know you're about to get you're wondering what's about to happen. Take us back.
Yeah.
Take us back to I only learned the beauty about what I do.
2016,
1990. Somewhere there. Actually, it could have been 2018 because I started the Amanda Natanda show 2017, which I did the red carpet on that year, but the following year is when we worked together, which would have been 2018. So I was like, who is this person again? I was like, who's this?
Oh my God, such a nice photo.
Okay, here's a better one.
Wow.
And those, I was just like, and I was on my website. I was like, wait. Because what you call it? I got an email. You know how people browse through your website and they're like, oh yeah, my name is so and so. I want to improve your visibility online, this and that. I was looking at your website. It embodies you, and all that fun stuff. Can I do something? So when people come to me about my website, I get into my website because I'm like, okay, what needs to change? And then gave me the logistics and everything and whatever you. And I was like, okay, let me get back into history. And I pop into this. And this just comes. And I'm like, is that
Nadine doing her thing. Yeah, that's me.
And then I have an even better one. This one's just for you.
Oh my! This is beautiful.
This one's just for you.
This photo. I know.
I will definitely send it to you. So, I was just like, we've been on the same table before. I couldn't believe it. It's because I knew Charles. I've known Charles for. Yeah, I've known Charles for quite a bit. And the year before with Charles, and So,
see how tiny he looks here.
I know. I know, right? I know. But yes, this is it. So I was just like, wow, it's a small world. It is what it is. I guess this is a good way to wake you up. I hope I have woken you up.
Wow. Yeah, I love this. You
love it. But anyway, there you go. At least, this is something to hold on to. But
I can't believe I thought I was fat back then. Jesus.
Imagine. all of us.
We all thought, yeah.
I'm like, back then I was thinking, oh my gosh, I've gained so much weight. And trust me, I had to alter my dress because it came last minute the night before. and I couldn't fit in it, and I had to alter it because I thought I was big compared to
Wow.
now. But anyway,
Exactly.
but there you go. I will definitely send them to you, sweetheart. And yeah, I was just like, you know what? Let's just start off with some giggles right there. Hence the reason the show is called Tough Love Giggles. Sometimes we really have intense topics, but then at the same time, we just light them up with giggles. So here you go.
Wow.
You're still processing, right? I was
Yeah, yeah,
shocked
yeah, yeah,
myself.
yeah.
I was shocked
Yeah,
myself. I was shocked.
yeah, some of these throwbacks, I'm asking myself like, wow, this
And you know
yeah.
one thing I can tell you for sure that I've actually noticed when I look back at my pictures and what have you, and even other people's pictures, right? I'm like, the older we're getting, the younger we're looking. I don't know why.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I was
That's
like, the
true.
older we're getting, the younger we're looking, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Love it.
And then it feels like it's the same people.
I
It's
know.
yeah, yeah,
Same
yeah. You're seeing,
circles.
yeah, same. Yeah, like we've been
Yeah,
doing this thing from way back.
for a
We just
very
didn't
long time.
realize. Yeah.
For a very long time. So even with me, when I sit down and think, I'm like, when people ask me, even when it came to your book launch, which by the way, congratulations, and that is the
Thank
first
you.
thing we're gonna dive right into. Even Chelsea's like, oh my gosh, Amanda, I remember when you started, you're one of the trailblazers in this field and whatever,
Amanda, why
and
didn't you do interviews during that book launch? Why were you not there, like just asking people what does quarterback mean to you? It'll be something very nice to broadcast.
trust me. You think I didn't think about it after? There's a whole lot. We need to catch up. Trust me. There's a whole lot that I've been battling. So there's a lot of comebacks that are in the process
Yeah,
right
like
now.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of comebacks that are in the process. So it's quite exciting having to see, it's like, okay, actually, you know what, Amanda, you're not new in Calgary because it's the same people. It's just the difference is I just used to drive every time 3 hours. The day that I did the red carpet, that morning, let me tell you my mission. The morning I came to interview Woni for the Beauty of Africa, had to go back to Edmonton to drop off my director that time, come back the same day because I was hosting the red carpet.
What?
So I drove 9 hours in one day. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. So that's how much energetic we were back then. So
I feel energetic right now. I don't even know how I do all of the things I do. I was at an event
I know.
yesterday. I got back home at 1 a.m. This is me up on here. And the week will just continue rolling like that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we have to. Sometimes we just have to.
No, it's the time for it.
It is. It is. And you know what? I think this is the moment that I always say, I'm actually grateful that maybe, I'm a believer, and I always say, thank you, Lord, that maybe you want us to do everything that we can before, having responsibilities, bigger
Yeah.
responsibilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I am so appreciative of the time that we have at the moment, the energy that we have. And every time people are like, oh man, you're so energetic. I was like, yeah, because my kids are going to get my energy, like as in they're going to take it away from me. They're going to drain me. So let me enjoy while I can.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. But anyway, sweetheart, let's just dive right into it. And congratulations once again on the launch of Quarterback. And
Thank you.
definitely, we're gonna talk more about since you've actually highlighted why didn't you do interviews on the day. Trust me, there's a lot of things that I'm trying to catch up on and figuring things out and comebacks and trying to figure how I used to do it back then, how it is now, because things have changed, times have changed, and
Yeah.
trying to keep up and what have you. But this book, looking at it, people will think, oh my gosh, it's thick. No, actually, it's not thick. when you look at it. Once, I mean, when you look at it, it is thick. But when you open it, I was like, oh, this is a user friendly, easy read.
It's very user friendly, easy read. Yeah,
I love it.
the
Like,
goal was to
as you
make it
can
that
see,
way.
that's my baby right there. Where I'm like, okay, these are people that have actually gone for their book launches. You guys have your own section, and people who I may not know that inspire me, they have their own section. So when I opened this, I was like, oh, this is going to be a good read and an easy one too. But just walk us through on, before we even get into quarterback, who is Nadine? Who is Nadine actually before we get into quarterback, and why quarterback eventually?
Hmm. That's a very difficult question. Who is Nadine?
I know.
Um,
I know. Trust me. When people say, okay, but you know what's funny? When people say, what do you do? I'm like, it depends who's asking.
no, yeah. It depends who is asking. And I've always struggled with the fact that if somebody say who is Nadine, I have to define
Mm,
myself by what I do. What
okay.
I do is not who I am. The job title
Okay.
changes almost every
Mm,
year. Or
mm,
every 2 years, the employer even changes. I
right.
just, I think that, well, first things first, I come from Cameroon. I've lived in Canada for the last 12 years.
Mm,
What am I passionate about? I love community. I love
nice.
impacting lives. My life's goal is to leave everybody that crosses my path at least 1% better than they met me.
Mm,
That's the
mm,
summary of it. Yes. And I think that drives everything I do. It drives all of my interactions, both at work, out of work, on and off the field,
mm.
and eventually leading to quarterback. It's really to leave everyone that crosses my path 1% better because they
Ooh.
met me. Yeah.
Nice. And so, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about finally having quarterback out there? And by the way, I've been to book launches. That
And
wasn't just a book launch, girl. That
it,
wasn't a
ref-
book
it
launch.
re- yeah, it reflected the vision, and it reflected
Ah,
my why. Right.
mm,
So I think that start with your why is very important. That
yeah.
I had to put together something that reflected my why. So
Mm,
it wasn't people coming to celebrate Nadine.
yeah.
Quarterback it's about community and community
Mm,
empowerment. So the
mm,
launch of the book had to be what the book is about. Community
mm,
and community empowerment. Because I believe that when we rise as a community, we go further. If just one person from our community is somewhere, it's only going to be a matter of time before they get dropped. But if they look at the person standing somewhere and then they look at the army behind that person
mm.
marching forward with the person as the person is marching forward,
Yeah.
before they think about doing anything to destroy you, they'll
Mm,
look and
yeah.
there's a lot of repercussions that comes with doing something wrong with
Yeah.
this person. That's why
Yeah.
community is very important. We have
Oh,
to rise as
absolutely.
a community. And the truth is that I did not think quarterback could become as big as it is now. I was just writing a book. I thought just my friends would read the book. I was probably even going to beg them to read the book. I'm like, hey, no, I wrote a book. Please, can you check it out?
Oh, you were going to back them to do. I like
Yeah,
that.
like,
I like that.
please, can you check it out? It's on Amazon. Can you just buy a copy? Can you please give me a review? Can you tell a friend? I'm telling you,
Yeah.
24 hours after quarterback went live, boom, bestseller. I could not sleep that night. I was like, what just happened? But right
Actually,
now,
that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, and then became bestseller, number one bestseller on
and
Amazon, not
and then
anywhere. Amazon.
it stayed there for 30 days undefeated. That means you log on Tuesday, it's number one.
Wow.
It wasn't a bestseller for 1 hour. No, Amanda. This was not a 1 hour bestseller.
Wow.
It was not a stroke of luck or anything. This book stayed number one,
Oh
undefeated
wow.
for 30 days. Like from when it dropped on Amazon on June 22nd, 2025, like
Mm,
August, quarterback was
mm.
number one.
Wow.
Then it
Wow.
drops to number two,
Yeah.
maybe for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then boom,
Yeah.
it's back to number one. Like all of October, the book has been selling at number one.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I'm
Look at God.
like, what? So I've come to realize that I think that I did not write this book. It was God writing through me, one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
two, the why behind me doing this
Mm-hmm.
made it such a phenomenal product.
Mm.
Amanda, I wake up every morning to messages from LinkedIn of people telling me, thank you for this book. Because of it, I know how to better
Mm.
network when I go out to events.
Mm.
Because of it, I know
Mm.
how to better respond. People are sending me their performance reviews. Like Nadine, since I read quarterback, I'm now a staff
Mm.
performer on my team. I'm receiving
Mm.
kudos, credits, emails from
Mm.
bosses praising me, and I get chills. I'm like, God, what just happened?
You know what? Callings are interesting. Callings are things that people, if you don't pay attention and if you don't listen to that still small voice, you'll miss it. You'll miss the mark.
Yeah,
And I am glad that you went with what you were given and you just ran with it. Right? Because
yeah.
right now, how many lives are you changing? And that room just proved it. And for me, who
Amanda,
knew
look
that we
at the
even,
crowd.
this is it. This is it. And even when I got in there, I was like, who am I going to know there? Because I'm still also trying to build in Calgary, right? Since I moved.
Yeah,
And like you said, I just literally saw people. I'm like, it's the same crowd. It is. And it's like, it's the same crowd, Amanda, from like how many years now? Let's just say 2017 is like what, 8 years ago, right? It's like the same crowd. It's just that you need to get back into the game. You need network, and then get to, meet these people, and then now the feedback is phenomenal. And you're like, God, what did you just do? And
yeah.
he always does it. He's like, I just want your yes. I want your yes. I want you to just say
Yeah,
yes, and I'll do the rest.
I cannot take credit for I absolutely cannot take
I
credit for this
love
book.
it.
The number of people that I've spoken to since quarterback was released.
Yeah.
On Friday, I was on a call with some um guy from Toronto. He owns his own company. He's proper Canadian, lived in Canada all of his life. What he
Mm.
does right now is he goes about teaching newcomers the art of business networking. And he looked at me and he said, Nazit, I'm an author. But first of all, none of my
Wow.
books were up to 100 and something pages. They were like 50, 60 something. That the amount of research that you put into quarterback, I was like, whoa.
Girl, I looked at it. I was like, okay, that's another thing that I do. I'm like, am I going to be able to read this? There's another author who wrote a 400-page book because it was an immigrant story as well, something that was relatable to us. Girl, I finished it in a week. Do you understand? Like 400 pages. So for me, it's like, oh, okay, this is 170. Okay, cool. And then you open and then you see even just like the spacing and you know what? This is a baby. You understand? So when you see stuff like this, and I'm like, you know what? I think I am actually gonna love it. And the one thing that I now appreciate that I never did when I got here is hearing an immigrant story, an immigrant success story, how they conquered everything, that the adversary that came their way,
Yeah.
just overcoming everything. Because you think, why is it I'm the only one that's going through that? No, you're not the only one, sweetheart. There's
Not the only
plenty people.
one. Yeah.
Exactly. And then when you
Yeah.
hear somebody's story and then the way they articulate themselves, and then you're like, you know what? This is phenomenal. And for somebody to eventually say, I'm an author and I'm now using your book. And this is
I
beyond
think
me.
one of the best things about quarterback is it exposed to people that what you're going through, you're not alone. And you know what
Yeah.
that does?
Mm,
Psychologically, it gets people out of a dark place, because when you're in
mm,
a dark place and you're like, God, why me? Why am I so unfortunate? Why am I the only one going through this? And then
mm,
you step, you, chances are you can only keep digging deeper into that hole, and
mm.
before you know it, your life is in a completely different trajectory that is dark and not even light, and you don't fulfill your destiny. But
That's
when you
it.
realize that, listen, it's not like the world is against you. This
Mm,
was the journey everybody else that you admire up there went through. You develop a different sense of perspective. Perspective changes everything. Your mind, you're like, okay, I'm going to get there. This is just, it's for a moment. We're gonna
yes.
march through this dark tunnel. We'll get to the light at the end and we'll keep going.
Oh,
So
I
like
like that. I
feel
like
like,
that.
yeah, oh my
I'm
god,
having
Nadine, you're
chills.
so lucky. Maybe you just had an easy life. So that's
Yeah.
why you've had so much career success. Hell no. I
Yeah.
washed toilets. I stocked
Yeah.
shelves at Walmart. I was in the
Yeah.
coffee shop from Second
Yeah.
Crop to Tim
Yeah.
Hortons, 5
Yeah.
a.m. under the cold, frost bites, crying, getting into the bus. I did all of that.
And when they look at you, and when they look at you now, you know what? People always want to see the end product and they want to get there without knowing what you've been through, where you've been through.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, Nadine, like what you're saying, I was, I almost got deported, but the Lord broke the law for me. And this is the one thing I always tell people, like it's not easy to tell somebody who's facing something they're facing in that moment that it's going to be okay. That it's going to be okay because the
Yeah.
Lord broke the law for me.
Somebody said I need to channel these books into stage, into theater, stage, and film.
Yes, so
Yeah,
this
we
is
should
an actor
imagine your
as well.
story.
By
Yeah.
the way, Eddie, thank you so much for tuning in. He says, I'm watching. This is a performer, a really good performer. He's based in Edmonton. And he's also fairly new in Canada. I think, Eddie, I think you're about what, 3 years in Canada? I think maybe 2-3 years in Canada. Very wonderful performer. And right now they've been touring with the marimba. I don't know if you guys have marimba in Cameroon. Yeah, where you
Maybe
kind of
we
hit.
do, but I don't know
Maybe it's a
about it.
different
Yeah.
name as well. Maybe
Yeah,
it's a different name. And maybe
Yeah.
Eddington could actually tell us what it's called in English, maybe. But marimba. Yeah, but we'll try and figure that out. But you know what? You could actually, if anything, Eddie, you missed out, man. The performer, the one that you brought the last time. I mean, on your
Yeah.
on your
Oh
thing.
yeah. Oh
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
we did a mini listen. The way that book launch came together, Amanda. I tell you, I see. God has been with me throughout this journey. Do you know there was no event planner? All of that was done by me out of here.
No, I believe you. I
There was
believe
no
you.
event planner. I was
I
doing this
believe
thing
you.
slowly, talking to them. I'm like, okay, are you gonna do this? I put together my agenda. I said, okay, at this point in time, play
Yeah.
this video. I have to do like I put everything together. Nothing. So
And
so
the guy
when
who
a
performed,
vision
girl.
is from God,
Yeah.
girl,
I
God
love that.
just
I know. Oh my god. Ooh, ooh. I love it. I love
okay,
it.
your
You know, whenever
xylophone.
you know, I love, I love the one thing that when people underestimate, and this is another thing that I've learned in my journey is it's not everybody that's gonna understand what you've been given. Unfortunately.
No.
This is why you were given, because he knew you were going to
Thank
say
you for
yes to this.
saying that.
Because
Thank
he
you for
knew you were
saying
going.
that.
And I've made mistakes in my life that I've always wanted to announce. You understand? Oh, announce. Oh, I have this vision. No. Look at Joseph. Joseph
Yeah.
announced his dream. What happened to him?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Oh my goodness, Amanda, do you know that I'm always the announcing person, but you see with this quarterback thing, nobody saw it coming. So sometimes some of my friends were telling me, they were like, "What happened that you published a book in a rush?" I'm like, I don't even know why I wasn't talking about it, but it was in the works. I was just invested in the process. I did not even remember to let any, like most of the people who my friends around me, they only got to know something was in the works when I was about to press release. I'm like, by the way, I've been writing a book. It's gonna be.
You know what, Nadine? I think we actually need to have coffee. We need to have coffee. We need to have coffee. We need to have some coffee
God carried
because
me through this journey.
I am so proud
Yeah.
of you. I am so proud of you, and I can so relate. Everything you just said. And when you said, "Oh, you know, I did it." Oh, trust me, I believe you. You understand? I did 4 seasons on my own, and people thought it was a
Wow.
team. You understand? And there's some things where I'm like, I don't even know how I did it. I don't even know. This is why when I hear people like you say, I just had to go. I was just focused and I had to do this. And by the time I was there, you understand? And I am also learning, do not announce, just do and show up.
Just do.
Because it's your vision, Nadine. You think I would have understood what quarterback is all about? Like, as if God had said Amanda quarterback, I'm like, yo, Papa G, I only know cricket, I know hockey, I know golf. So what do you
Let me
mean by
tell you
quarterback?
something. Let me tell you
Right.
something. So the publishing company I use their
Yeah.
editing services. So when I submitted the manuscript, so yes,
Yeah.
your vision is your vision. Your
Yeah.
vision is really your vision. Nobody
Yeah.
else will understand.
Yeah.
So the editor comes to me and says, "I don't understand all of this quarterback jargon. Can you care to explain?" I said, "No, I'm not explaining it. I'm not simplifying it.
Oh,
The
I
beauty
love
of the
that.
book will
I
also
love
be
that.
people who know nothing about football learning
I
about
love
football."
it. I
So,
love
so,
it.
so then it made me understand that the person that had given the book to edit did not even
Mm.
have a basic understanding of the metaphor that was being used in the book. So
Mm.
I knew that I had to jump in, even though I was the
Mm.
writer, and become my own
Mm.
editor. And so then
Mm.
I'm sitting here. So when they did their edit and they sent to me, I actually just sat down. I gave myself a month break because
Mm.
you cannot be the editor of your own work. You don't
That's
see
it.
your errors.
Yeah.
And that was what I needed. I needed somebody to see my errors because this was going mainstream. It was no longer something that would just be on my computer and I read every day. And a lot of times
Mm.
when I wrote quarterback conversationally, like we are
Mm.
talking. So it's like,
Mm.
yeah. So I was having a conversation with myself in my head, and then I'm
Mm.
writing. Yeah. Granted,
You know what? That's even funny. My friend, every time I'm a writer. I'm a writer. And
yeah.
when I sit down to write something and
Mhm.
express myself, I
Yeah.
write a whole lot.
Yeah, it just flows. Yeah, that's what happened. I was just, she's like, "Oh my god, it's a lot." I'm like, "That's why I need you as an editor." These are all of the things in my head just flowing.
Oh, bless you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I finally found my match. I love it. I love it. I'm not
I'm such
crazy.
a
I'm not
writer.
I'm not crazy. I'm not, I'm not all over the place. I'm not, like I said, God knows. And so every time I write something, my friend released her first book. When she released her first book, she's like, Amanda, can I put your letter in my book? And a chapter, I think it must be chapter 2. Chapter 2 is all about my letter. So it's one of those where I articulate myself well. I make sure the point is put across. And I know people say, I'm gonna just get straight to the point. I'm like, no, 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 no. You need the background, you need the body, and then you need the conclusion. And then now you understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
And then, but then now again at the same time, when I started writing something, she was like, Amanda, I can hear you talking. Don't talk. Right. So as in you can hear, like you're saying, the way you wrote yours, you could, hear yourself talk in it because you were writing as you talk, right? So I was like, okay, okay. And there's different styles of writing too. So it is amazing when you kind of see. So I'm actually getting excited with the way, and I have a whole week this time around and I'm
Yeah.
going to be in the mountains and what have you. So this is the perfect moment. I feel like it's going to be a 2-day sitting where I'm just going to be like, oh, okay,
The
nugget.
creativity is flowing. And then I had a moment after
Yeah,
Quarterback was released, and then
yeah,
it's bestseller. Like the reviews were just flowing in, like people are posting about it on social media, tagging me.
yeah.
So at this point, I don't have a copy of the book because what happened was, honestly, I'm
Wow.
glad I said yes to the call of God. So when the book was ready, the
Mm,
my project manager calls me and said, Nadine, the book is ready.
okay.
However, for most authors, because
Mhm,
we've gone through this process of back and forth, edit, fix this error, do this, do that, and then
mm,
the final manuscript now gets sent to printing and
okay.
distribution.
Okay.
Yeah, but she says usually we have to print one copy, just one copy first, and send
Mhm,
it to you so that you can hold the book in your hand. You
mm,
assess the quality of the print quality, whether you like it. You
okay.
look at the colors that they've used to print the cover, whether you like it. You read
Mm,
it in hard copy because I've not read it in hard copy.
mm,
I've only seen my manuscript on computer, right? So usually
mm,
we have to go through that process first, and
mm,
then we get an approval from you after you've gone through it before we release it to the world.
okay.
And she said, and you and she's telling me this in June 2nd.
Mm,
And she said
mm.
that process may take like another 6 weeks. So the book will be ready for publishing in August. I said, press the button. Don't worry about my feedback.
Go.
Yes. Yes. I said,
Go.
press the button. Don't worry about my feedback. So imagine you wake up on June 24th. Your book is a bestseller, but you have not seen your book. So now you understand how I was feeling. I've not seen my book. I've not seen it. And I'm like, what if it's absolute rubbish? And people, I started freaking. I was calling the
No,
publishing
the
company.
quality
I said,
is beautiful. The
Amanda,
quality
I called
is
them and I said,
beautiful.
take it off the market. I asked them to take it off the market. I said, take it off the market. I've not seen
Why?
it. Why is it a bestseller? What if there are errors? The lady, the project manager said, Nadine, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I cannot calm down. So
Wow.
I go to Amazon and I purchase a copy for myself because Amazon
Yeah.
was going to deliver to me faster than they would send it to me anyway. And it
Yeah.
arrives the next day. Like, and so in the process of that, as I'm with all of the anxiety, the people who have purchased it and they're sending me message, I say, please, can you send me a picture front and back? I want to see what.
Oh, bless you, bless you. And also you have like the hardcover as well, right? Hardcover
Yes.
and soft. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because we saw the
Then my
launch.
own copy now finally gets to me, and then I sit down on this same chair that I'm sitting down on, and then I cross my feet, and then I hold it, and I'm like, okay, this is not bad. Why did I want to take it off the market?
Oh, bless you. Cause sometimes it's like, who knew I was gonna be an author? Who knew a number one best-selling on Amazon?
Yeah,
Amazon is like, the thing at the moment. If
Amazon
you're
is the book. There's no
yeah,
bookstore that beats Amazon on anything. Like even the Ingram, the chapters, they all buy from Amazon printers. Amazon is a number one book selling platform. There's no
wow.
book that is not on Amazon.
Oh my God. I am so proud of you, girl. And we're actually still on question number one at 9:36. And there's so many that we need to cover. And I am just going to be gaga, 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 go. And maybe skip some of the questions because chances are you've already responded as we were speaking in the last 30 minutes. But then again, what inspired you then to pick the title quarterback? Because we're talking about corporate America and then you include the term, immigrations immigration's guide and then quarterback, because thinking in, a quarterback is an American term. We do not have American football in Africa. So why quarterback and how are people able to relate
Yeah,
to
that's
it?
the thing.
Yeah.
We migrated to America. When you come to
Yeah.
Rome, you do what the Romans do. Whether we like it or not, we have to integrate into this
Love
society.
it.
Rule of
Love
thumb
it.
number one. But like I said,
Right.
this vision was from God. I do watch the Super
Mm,
Bowl. I follow American
mm,
football. I love
mm,
Russell Wilson when he got engaged to
mm.
Ciara. I was like, I'm rooting for this girl. My interest in American football. My interest in
I
American
love it.
football
I
went
love it. I love it. I
all
love
the
it.
way high.
Yes.
But however, as at the time I was writing this manuscript, quarterback
Yeah.
was not in the picture. It was not in the picture. I just had documented my experiences, the experiences of other immigrants, documented the lessons, and then the
Yeah.
manuscript is there in my computer. And I keep saying, God, something is missing. I say I can't place my hand on it, but something is missing. This is not ready to go out. And then
Mm,
I'm like, I am very spiritual. I am very
mm,
spiritual. I listen.
mm,
I listen to my intuition, to like the messages that
mm,
God drops to me. And so back in 2020, I had watched a movie on Netflix of a guy that was struggling to become a quarterback. He was
mm,
African American in the United States. His passion was football. And so he's living in this very poor neighborhood. From time to time, coaches come to the neighborhood to scout for
mm,
players, and they're going to audition, they'll play, they'll select players, and then they'll sign them up for teams. He was
mm.
never selected. And so he'll
Oh.
go, he'll play, he'll audition, they'll select other people, and and he will not get selected. Rejection upon rejection. He'll be broken, he'll cry. He was hoping that this is the thing that will take his family out of poverty. He goes days without meal. But guess what? After he
Mm,
goes and auditions, he gets rejected. He comes back home, he cries over the night. 5 a.m. He's back on the pitch practicing, recording himself for the next coach that comes. When the coach comes, he runs there number one. This is my tape. I'm really good at this. I believe in myself. I'll make you proud. He says, watch me play. He's gonna play. They'll be like, no, rejection. He goes back home. He cries. 5 a.m. back to the pitch. He did not give up until he eventually got signed up. I was like, that is it. That is it.
wow.
Yeah, I had chills when I
Wow.
watched this movie back in 2019. I was like, that day I woke after I prayed and went to bed. I'm like, God, something is missing. I don't know what.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
this is what I remembered. That you remember the
Mm,
quarterback movie you watched and you cried with this guy, and this was a true life story. He
mm,
never gave up, even when he didn't have food to eat. His spirit was broken. He went back, he
mm,
practiced, he recorded
mm,
himself. When the next coach came up, he showed up like
mm.
he had never been rejected before with the same positivity, believing in himself. And he eventually got signed, became the best quarterback, took his family out of poverty. I'm like, this is what the immigrant needs to be. This kind of quarterback. It does not matter how many times you got rejected, you got laid off,
Wow.
how they maltreat you in the workplace. Like a seed that was planted, you will rise because you are that quarterback.
I
That
am
is
having
how
chills
the
already.
immigrant's guide became quarterback.
Wow.
That is the rationale behind it. I'm telling you that it does not
Wow.
matter. They don't understand your accent, no problem.
It's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
they think you're not half as qualified, no problem. As long
Yeah.
as your spirit is up and you believe in yourself, you quarterback it.
Girl, I like what you're talking about here. Like I said, we need to grab some coffee.
You go
Trust
to
me.
work, they call you into that HR meeting and they say, sorry, your services are no longer needed. Dust it off. No problem. You're on to a better job in 2 weeks. You quarterback it.
Nadine, can I tell you something? In November, in the pandemic, or before we knew the pandemic was real, at the beginning of the pandemic, you're talking about, oh yeah, you get laid off and dust yourself off. Da, 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 da. I remember in the pandemic, I was begging God to get laid off. Yeah. I was like, Papa G, like, I am on the rise right now. I want to go to LA. I want to go to BC. I want to do this. I want to do that. You gave me this dream and I'm going to go with it. And but I didn't listen to his voice. I was stubborn about it. I was just like, nah, this is it, because I don't have enough time on this earth. You never know, like tomorrow is never guaranteed. You understand? So I think maybe the one thing I love about what you just said is just dust yourself off and say, you know what, next. And this is how I also do acting on the side, where I now know every time I do not give my body to, oh, I'm going to be nude so I can get this role. I'm like, God, if this is for me, you're going to give me the role. And guess what happens? You get the role and they change the lines for you and put God in it. Do you understand? Because if it's yours, it's yours. And when you get laid off, it's like, woo, Papa G,
Redirection.
yes. I'm like, Papa G, I love it because you have something bigger and better for me. And I am now taking rejection as a protection more than anything, or something bigger and better is coming. And I think for me, because I am in the industry of acting, where you go for auditions, it doesn't work out. And I've also had to learn from professional actors where, you're expecting something so much. They're like, no, once you get into an audition, get out, your mind go on vacation. You understand? So that you don't think about it. And if it's not yours, trust there's another one that's better for you. You understand? And I have actually heard somebody, a famous actor right now, who said they auditioned 17 times for the same show. And they were auditioning for 2 scenes or what have you, but they've been in how many seasons now? After the 17th audition. You understand? And this is just like quarterback. After you've put all your energy in it, do not even give up. Don't even have this, okay, are they going to see me now? Oh, show up the way you want to be seen, regardless of how many times you've actually done it, or you want to do it, or feel like I'm done.
Yeah.
You understand? And then also think of when you're reading that book, or when you go through the whole, being laid off. Think about Nadine's energy, man. Like, what the hell? Think about her energy and say, you know what? She said, pick yourself up and go, and say, you know what? This is it for now. How many people have you heard that have been laid off? Look at what's his name, Pharrell. Did you read Pharrell's story recently? He used to work at McDonald's. McDonald's wasn't all about it didn't work. And they fired him. And before you know it, his jingle was the first one. I'm just loving it. Is Pharrell's jingle. And guess what? And men ended up making money. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And when I just read that this week, I was like, Papa G, I love you. We cry so much about stuff that we cannot see, about stuff that we want in the future, but he sees bigger. He sees the end of the tunnel before he even knows, man. He knew before we were in our mother's wombs, man. Like, I don't want to start preaching right now, but girl,
Yeah,
I am
that
so
was
proud
it.
of you.
That was it.
I am
Thank
so
you.
proud of you. And I know there's more to come beyond just quarterback, beyond the accolades that you've actually gotten. And I foresee something else bigger and better. What it is, I have no idea because
Yeah, God is just gonna bring it. Honestly, yeah, because I did not start 2025
yeah,
planning that this is how this year was gonna pan out. No,
yeah.
no. I'm like, "Oh, let me just drop this thing on Amazon and then I'll tell my friend." Then when somebody comes to me and say, "Oh, I need advice with something that's going on in the workplace," I'm like, "Okay, I think you should read this book." That was my plan. God was laughing. Like,
He's like, okay, okay, I like the way you
you have
think,
no
but
idea.
I'm gonna show you how I work because I
Yeah.
do exceedingly abundantly what you think.
Or
Or even
imagine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is so phenomenal. So you've also built an incredible career as a CPA and a business leader. But this book feels deeply and it does feel deeply personal to you. So what moments or experience sparked the shift from numbers to narrative?
I
Because
think
CPA is
it
about
started.
numbers and then
No, no.
narrative is
It started with writing before the numbers. For me, it started with writing before the numbers.
really,
Literature and poetry was my favorite subject from childhood. I always wrote the best essays. I was the best literature student. Just my dad sent me to business school at the age of
really,
9. And so when I got into business school, it became business because that was what I studied. Right.
yeah.
And if you have been doing business from that young age, then becoming a CPA became the icing of the cake. How will I do business for all of this long time and then I don't become a CPA? So now writing quarterback was just, if you're gifted in something, I think regardless of how your parts, it just can't be taken away from you.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
It
mm.
actually started with writing before it got to numbers. And so that's why I'm the CPA that even when I do the calculation, when I want to do the explaining of what I just calculated, the calculation could be half a page, the explanation will be 4 pages. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And what's meant for you will always find you, to be
Will
honest. It will
always find
always
you.
find you, even if you put your stuff on hold, because I actually know a lot of people or somebody who's in the public spaces as well. They love acting, and their passion was football and what have you, but they've been put in spaces of podcasting and what have you. But they ended up becoming a doctor in therapy and what have you, like PhD doctor. And now guess what? As a PhD doctor, back to acting. Yeah, like there's no way you can run away from what it is that you've been your dream or your vision, your calling.
Yeah.
Look at Oprah too. Oprah loved acting, but then she had to do something that she was good at, speaking, being a talk show host, and then
Yeah.
eventually after being set up where she was supposed to be, gets back into acting, producing her own films, doing what she loves. So it'll always come back to you, and they
It
say
will
do
always
what you
come back.
do best and everything else will follow, right? And if you seek the Almighty first, like everything else just flows.
Everything else flow. Everything else will flow.
Wow. So there's a strong theme of community that you actually mentioned earlier through your journey as well. How has building community shaped who you are today, both professionally and personally?
I think I am a product of community.
Mm.
I am a product of community. When I landed in this country, I think I landed with $100 in my pocket, nowhere to
Oh,
stay.
wow.
It was community, people I didn't know. Oh, sleep in my house for this couple of days. Okay, now I think you can go to the subsidized housing and make an application. They'll probably give you a home.
Mm.
Oh, come and collect winter boots. Come and collect winter jackets. You go to church. Come and collect food. I'm African. That is how we grew up. And then I come to a
Mm.
foreign land and complete strangers from different African countries are welcoming me
Mm.
and giving me all of this helping hand. So it
Mm.
just became, it is an integral part of me. And there is no how high I'm going to climb that I will
Mm.
abandon community, because
Mm.
community made me. I stood on the shoulders of when I came here, I landed into the hands of the community who saw me, who saw a
Mm.
struggling girl and
Mm.
gave her all of the help she needs to stand on her feet. it
Yep,
takes a village. It just takes
it
a
does.
village.
It does.
That's it. Yeah.
And we can't do it on our own.
No, we cannot do it on our own.
And the next question I'm about to ask is one of my favorite. I have a feeling I know how you're going to respond to this because it's about fitting in this world. We live in a world where everybody wants to follow, everybody wants to fit in order to be accepted because people are afraid of rejection. So many people struggle with imposter syndrome or fear of not fitting in, unfortunately. So, what advice would you give to professionals trying to find their voice and place in new environments, e.g., new environments?
There's a place for fitting in and there's a place for being yourself. You're actually supposed to find the middle ground. You cannot go to a new job and you go there and everybody, yeah, and everybody dresses very professional to come to the office, and then you show up with your bikini or no, that does not work. You have to read the room and see what
Read the
everyone else
room.
is doing and blend into the room. That's the place for fitting in. Now the
Right.
place for being yourself, it's more about values and ethics. What are
That's
those
it.
values and ethics that are fundamental and core to you? You don't have to
Amen.
change those because you want to
Mm,
fit in an environment. If you're a Christian and you go to a place where it's all Muslims, you don't have to become a Muslim just because. It's okay to
mm,
practice your Christianity and still fit into the group, right?
mm,
That's why I differentiated it like that. You
mm,
have to read the room and
mhm.
blend into the room, but stay true
Okay.
to your values.
Whew. Stay true to your values, which reminded me when I used to work in oil and gas. Yeah. I also have a background in modeling, as short as I am. And dressing up has been a part of who I am. So that's why I was like, we're so similar in so many ways, which is so
Yeah.
funny, right? But then again, also living in Canada, like you said, I used to work in oil and gas, and I would get into the office, with the typical African look where you're wearing your heels, you're wearing your suits, you're wearing this, you're wearing that, and you see people are literally in their jeans and their shirts. Like, are you kidding me? Like, are we in the office? Yeah. But then again, this is Alberta, all right? And then now I work in healthcare, and
Yeah.
it's still the same thing. And I'm not like directly with patients and what have you. I'm also like on the corporate side of healthcare, and you're like, oh, okay, people wear sweatpants, they wear leggings, they like it's normal, like because we're
Mhm.
behind the scenes. I'm like, how? And at first you're like, I'm still gonna maintain
No,
until you're like, you
that's
know what?
one area of fitting in.
Yeah,
That's one area of fitting in that I'm not gonna fit in. Yeah,
unfortunately.
but this is on the positive side. Yeah, I will not be the person that wears sweatpants where everybody is wearing suit. I'll be the
Sweatpants.
person that will come all dressed up and
Right.
when everyone is dressing down. Yeah.
That's exactly it. I am known for bright
Yes,
colors. So they're like,
yes.
oh my gosh, I'm like, why every time you're always on point? And then I'll be chilled now. Like, as in, now I don't wear heels, I'm a sneakerhead. Now I have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
every color sneaker that matches with my pets or my outfit.
Wow.
I'm a sneakerhead right now, right? So people would never believe that. And also, because when I started wearing sneakers, people are like, Amanda, you're this short. Oh, yeah, I am actually. Because I used to wear heels a lot. I used to model. I used to
Yeah.
wear heels a lot. So when I started wearing heels, they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize you're this short." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I am
You were,
actually a
yeah.
pocket size. I love it." So it's one of those where now they know, okay, as flat-shoed as you are, she's known for colors. She's known for her
Yes.
hair, where her hair is
You will
always
notice
different.
it.
You will
Yeah.
notice something that is so different about this person, regardless of it being a chilled environment. Oh yeah, I will chill with you guys, but I will still remember my bright
Who
colors.
I
I will
am.
right?
Yeah.
And also I
I'm still
learned
gonna
about
stand out.
exactly. It's like I love my attention, just so you know. So I am actually going to show you that colors is where you're like, I remember that person because she wore pink on that day, and she's the only one. Even when we came to the awards, like at Sage, right? I got into the room and I'm seeing gray, black, gray. I'm like, huh? Huh? And then I finally see you're wearing your flamboyant dress. I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. I'm not the only one that, I am not the only one that has a poppy color right here. Because I was all pinked up from head to toe, right? So I was like,
when they're like, oh, dress.
I was like, did I miss the memo?
They said dress code business casual. I was like, what do you mean by business casual for our ceremony? I'm gonna show up the way I show up for our ceremony.
And also, this is what I was thinking. I was like, business casual. This is an award ceremony. Yeah. And I'm thinking, is this not supposed to be black tie? You understand? Black tie, and I'm like, business. Okay, Amanda, I think this is, and I almost wore like a business dress. I was like, no, this is not you, girl. Like, and even Rose came in and was showing her, this is what I'm gonna wear.
She came with her business casual, really, really business.
Even when I was showing her what I was gonna wear, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking of wearing this and what have you. And when I looked at it, I was like, no, this is not you. Like, no. And then I put on my, because it was gonna be white. Still, it was gonna be bright. But I got my pink on from head to toe and purse and everything. I'm like, and then I get into the room, I'm like, did I miss the memo? And
Until
then
you
you
saw
show up.
Nadine.
I was like, who is this girl?
Yeah.
And walking in her confidence with her crown on, and I'm like, I love this girl. Like, what the hell? And then that's when Rose is like, oh yeah, she's the one that I'm actually presenting her what she doesn't know it. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, I love it, and then now it actually makes sense also looking back at the throwback, looking back at, us being a part of pageants together and what have you, right?
Course.
So it's like, I love it where you kind of relive, these memories and you're like,
okay, this makes sense.
This
now
makes sense.
Now I was dressed in pink. I was dressed in pink. We have the same passion.
Exactly. And just, backgrounds of wanting to ride, loving to ride, just helping people and community and what have you. So with that being said, also as we just, almost try and conclude right now because of time, you've become the voice of immigrant professionals. What are some of the challenges though? Because we know everything is not, smooth, it's not rosy and everything. And we always face challenges. People always also say to me, Amanda, do you have moments where you're ever down because you're so always energetic and always bubbly, but you do not know the challenges that we face behind the scenes? And as for you, what challenges then do you still need more visibility in Canada's professional landscape? Because you've seen challenges. You said you've also mobbed, you've cleaned. People would never know. You understand?
Yeah.
And then now within this setting and up until now. Yeah.
That's what I put
there
it
you
in the
go.
book. On a personal level, I have those days. Not every employer likes people like me.
Of course.
Yeah, not every employer does. They're like, if she comes here and we do something wrong, she's gonna call it out. She'll come here and be doing black people this, black people that. I've heard those statements like that, like you're too energetic infectious.
Yeah.
I've heard statements like that, and it's sometimes it can break you down. However, because the vision for me is from God, I know that for every opposition I get, I'll get elevated 2 times more.
Oof.
Yeah.
I like that. Oof.
Yeah. I know for every opposition I get, I'll get elevated 2 times more. So I'm very grateful for where I work, that I have a supportive leadership. And if not for anything, they always point me to the right direction, as opposed to saying, oh, you should not be doing that. You should not be doing that. Or you don't do all this black people thing. No. But I know for a fact, and I know other people who have been in this space of advocacy as me, that have had serious challenges with their employers because they do things like this. And we do get together and we have conversations, and they're like, Nadine, should I really stop? Because I need to put food on the table. And they know the best way to break you down is to take away the food that you put on the table for your family. This is a conversation for another day. It's a whole kind of worm that we can unpack in a conversation, maybe during Black History Month. And
actually, you know what, Nadine? I've been put in a comedy I work for former Alberta Health Services, now
Mhm.
Assisted Living Alberta, one of the four pillars that got out of Alberta Health Services. But we're still kind of like in collaboration with AHS, and somebody put my name forward to be a part of the Black History Month planning committee, right? So
Yeah.
now I am a part of that, and there's topics that we were talking about. And the first person that came to mind when it came to resilient immigrants and what have you was you, right? So we bring up people like their names and stuff like that. And like you're saying, it's a whole different topic that we need to talk about on Black History Month. So
Yeah.
if you don't mind, definitely I'll talk to you behind the scenes after our conversation, because it's stuff that people are so afraid to
Yeah.
tap into whatever it is that they because we're Black in this country, and
Yeah.
sometimes you need to tread carefully, but then at the same time there's some things that you're allowed to say no to and
Mhm.
still be focus on, okay, God is going to provide, because this is not something that I'm going to stand up for and wait for. And I love
Yeah.
what you just said right now, that what, employers will never like a person like you because you're just telling people that you deserve better. You deserve to
Yeah.
be recognized. You deserve to be seen, and you deserve to earn what you're worth more than anything, right?
Yeah.
So how do you navigate those challenges as well? And personally, on you're trying to help somebody, and then somebody says, "But Nadine, I'm afraid I'm gonna be let go because
So,
this
no, so
is
many people
food on
tell
my
me this.
table." Yeah, yeah.
So many people tell me this, Amanda.
Mm,
Let's have and if we start this conversation right now, we'll not finish it.
mm. I
See,
know, I know.
it is deep. Remember, I did
Yeah,
research. I spoke with so many immigrants before
yeah,
Quarterback was released.
yeah.
We need to decode this conversation. It is
Mm.
it is a 2-hour conversation. I'm not going to
Oof.
mention names.
Yeah.
We can go into. I'll not mention names. I'll not mention
Mm,
employers. We'll just talk
mm,
about it. It's like,
mm.
yeah, these are the issues.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Leaders in
definitely
our
will
community,
link up.
some of the
Yeah.
leaders you admire who are out there advocating for us, they've had backlashes. They've had um,
Mm,
consequences for doing what they
mm,
do. But let's drop
mm.
it for now.
We'll drop it for now. We'll drop it for
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
But you
yeah.
know what, sweetheart? I really appreciate your time, you coming through. And for everybody that was watching, sorry guys, we couldn't keep up with the comments because the energy. Today's energies were just beyond us. It was just beyond us being able to, go through the comments. But thank you so much to my wonderful friend Azuma. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. You tuned in from through LinkedIn, but for some reason it's not showing here. So thank God, I'm now learning to also like open all my social platforms, because sometimes we don't see names here, we don't see who they are. And also to my uncle, thank you so much for tuning in and for watching. Appreciate it. And then there's another user on LinkedIn who said, Nadine, when are you going to get your memoir? Oh, you know what? This is what I like. When people really wanna, know more, because this is a professional book more than anything, and there's a whole lot that people would want to know, and get your memoir, write your own memoir, and get to know more of who you are, Nadine. And I think, you did a good thing to start with a professional book, where I also look and say, at first, I also wanted to write my book in the pandemic. I already started it halfway through. But, life happened, pandemic happened, and I am glad I didn't finish it, because there was an important part of my life that needed to happen, right? And, it's one of those where I'm like, I am glad this happened, and at least it'll help in my memoir. So here's a question for you. When are we going to get your memoirs?
Very soon. Very soon. I'll
By
let
the
you
way, we
know.
said we're
Maybe
not going
next
to
year.
announce,
Maybe next
unfortunately.
year.
That's the sad thing. We said we're
Yeah,
not going to
very
announce,
soon.
sadly. So think about it. So, guys, very soon. And the same way she surprised us with quarterback. That's exactly it. The same way she surprised us with quarterback is exactly how she's gonna surprise us with her own memoir. But also, even on, what do you call it, I see like on Instagram, we had Kudakwasha Francois or Francis Jr. saying hi. Thank you so much for tuning in. And some of them, like the comments have already gone up. And thank you guys for tuning in at this moment. And if you have questions for Nadine, we've run short of time because I think this should have actually been like a 2-hour conversation. But you know what? I want to let go of my sister Nadine because she had a late night, yesterday, and having to wake her up. It's been such an honor to make time for you to say, you know what, I am going to honor my word regardless of me being tired and having a late night yesterday. But thank you so much, Nadine, for coming through. And for those who have so many questions so many questions, please do reach out to Nadine. I have to let her go because she has a meeting that she needs to go to right now. But with that being said, I am just going to put information. I'm going to put information where you can follow Nadine on. And while we let her go right now, I think there it is. LinkedIn, look for Nadine Niba, as well as IG at Nadine Niba, and also her book. Nadine, don't worry. We can just let you go. Her book. Here's a QR code for you guys to
Thanks,
scan and
guys.
everything.
Thank
Get
you.
put
Thank
it
you.
back.
Thank
And sweetheart, I'll
you.
catch up with you behind the scenes afterwards, and maybe we
Yeah.
might even have a second one if possible, depending on your
Yeah.
time.
we'll do.
Alrighty, take care. God
Okay.
bless you, and I will just stay with the viewers for 1 second. But anyway, we had to let go of Nadine, and the timing and everything. So many, too much energy here. That was. Today was just different. Today was just something else. And, to learn that in my findings, I think this is the one thing I love about, what I do, where I get to research about people and get to know more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Discovery is really, you're actually on my website, she's such a ball of energy. Love her, as you've already seen, like too crazy, talented, driven, ambitious young lady based here in Canada, Alberta, now in the same city, Calgary, though I say for me it's temporary because Calgary wasn't the plan. But but anyway, it's been a blessing being in Calgary, having to meet lovely people like Nadine, and having to catch up with some people who I had worked with for so long, coming all the way from Edmonton every time, and then excuse me, and then having to work and go back. But then now I'm like, okay, now I'm in the city. Now I need to build my community here as well, because you build your name in Edmonton, and then how then are you gonna continue building your name at the rest of Alberta? So I feel so blessed to have been linked to Nadine, and considering that we've actually been on the same table together. And I just hope you guys enjoyed today's episodes, as well as the energies that were here. I enjoyed the energy that was here, and I managed to wake up really early because did I have an early night? I tried to have an early night. Unfortunately, I couldn't have an early night. But anyway, with that being said, as I sign off, please do not forget to scan that QR code so you can get Nadine's quarterback book. And if anything, I feel like I am going to start doing reviews on the books that, we have, that I have read based off of the people who we've seen them launch their books and what have you. And I think it would actually be nice, so that you kind of get a glimpse of what the book is all about and why you should get it and what you can get from it. Because I am that person where even my friend is like, don't ask for books from Amanda because she writes notes in them. Because I am that person where when I get a nugget, I want to keep this and then write it down just for, to remember and what have you. So Quarterback is on Amazon, and it was actually #1 best-selling on Amazon for a whole 30 days. You heard it for yourselves, guys. So this is a book worth getting. And if you have so many questions that you still need answered, please do go and connect with Nadine on LinkedIn, Nadine Niba, or even on IG. Look for Nadine at Nadine Niba and reach out to her. Such an amazing, phenomenal person, as you can see. And you're going to love her fashion. And recently she just posted on LinkedIn saying, if you love my fashion, guys, go on my IG page, put a link and what have you, because you know what, LinkedIn is a professional space, right? And then what have you, and then Instagram, where you can see fashion and all that fun stuff. But without further ado, I'm call it a day, and thank you guys for watching. And I know some people Azuma, you're probably wondering, okay, Amanda, you haven't been on WhatsApp. Where are you? If you're still on, yeah, I am actually off socials at the moment. Trying to focus on something that we cannot announce yet. Like I said, we are learning not to announce things and just do, and then eventually come out and say, you know what, guys, this is why. So thank you guys for tuning. Thank you guys for watching. And until next time, to all our amazing listeners and viewers, you are the best. And we would like to thank Nadine, by the way, before I before I sign off. I want to thank Nadine so much for coming through and sharing the bit that we managed to get out of her, because we had 17 questions, but most of those 17 questions were more, of course, because you know your girl. Like, I ask as we go as well. When I hear something that you say, like, ooh, that's a nugget, let's pick up from there and what have you. But she kind of touched on a lot of, the stuff that we meant to talk about, although there were so many things that we needed to know. So if you want to know, like I said, reach out to her, and we thank her for coming to share her story, her wisdom, her light with us today. And Cuddleback isn't just a book, just so you know, guys. It is a movement, a reminder that no matter where we start, purpose will always find a way to position us. You heard for yourselves that she enjoyed writing first before she became a CPA, right? And it still found her. And the Quarterback became #1 bestseller without even having to touch it. Before she even touched it, it was already #1 seller. So yeah, it will actually find you. Your purpose will find you. So do not ever despise humble beginnings. Do not ever doubt yourself. Do not ever think, am I qualified for this? Because guess what? The enemy knows your destination, and he's going to make you doubt yourself. But if you got that vision is for you. Sometimes you don't need to announce your vision. Look at Joseph. I gave an example. Look at Joseph, where he announced to his brothers, oh yeah, I am going to be the king. And what? I said, I saw you guys bowing down to me. Like, bowing down, what? You understand? I'm not going to bow down to this youngster. I'm not going to do that. But that was his own vision, and they never used to understand it. So sometimes you don't need to share your vision with everybody, because it is your vision. It's not everybody else's vision. So keep that in mind. And you've seen it for yourselves. She also kept quiet. She didn't even know that she was going to be able to publish a book within maybe 6 months. We didn't quite get the timeline, but it is what happened. And I think I saw Azuma's message right now come in. He's like, invite me. Is that what? Invite me. I think that's what he's saying. Let us see if it is him. I think it is him saying, invite me. Oh yeah, absolutely. We're good. Oh, yo, dude, trust me, I am actually in the middle of like I said, putting stuff together right now, because doing a comeback and learning something new, as in not even learning something new, it's like unlearning how I used to do my shows back in the days. And then now there's like podcasts. Oh, okay, how do you put a podcast together? You already have all the equipment, and then you like need a team, and then all that fun stuff. So it is quite exciting that, restoration is happening right now, and, repositioning yourself. And definitely, Azuma, I got you. Where is this message? There you go. Comment. There you go. It says invite me, but then again, it's not showing. But then I saw on LinkedIn pop up your thingy. Oh, I got you, brother. I got you. Don't worry. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today's episode with the lovely Nadine, who came through to share her story, her wisdom, and light today, and the energy like you saw today. It was so amazing. I loved it. And to everyone who tuned in, if you haven't grabbed your copy of Quarterback, like I said, here's the link again. You can scan the QR code, do yourself a favor. It's a must read and an easy read, by the way, regardless of how many pages there are in that book. So it's for every professional, and even not just immigrants, but professionals who ever had a negative identity, courage, and growth. So that it is for you, regardless of you being an immigrant. And you can catch the replay as well on our YouTube channel, After5Rado. So if you haven't subscribed, by the way, guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't know if our producer is gonna put the twin because we're live. I don't know, but yeah, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that like button and share this episode with your friends. Let's keep spreading the love and the vibe. So until next time, guys, keep shining, keep dreaming, and remember, your story matters. This is your host, aka the Hype Lady, signing off with so much love. Take care and God bless. Yoo-hoo! Bye for now.